Hello, everyone. Sorry for the delay. There was some problem. In the beginning, I want to introduce myself. My name is Majib. Currently, I am working as a lead water infrastructure engineer in one of the design company we call Darul Handasa. My main experience includes I'm working in the main infrastructure network like stormwater network, water supply, and all these types of networks related to water. I have a graduation in civil engineering and I have a master in water resource. So this is my introduction. So today I will be taking one course, or we can say webinar. The topic is complete stormwater drainage system design using software, which is very famous software from Bentley. We call Stormcad. Before I go to my course, I want to give you the what is the outline of this course and how I am going to move forward in this course. So first we will see what is the importance of course, why you should do this course, and how it is going to help you professionally, and who can attend, who are eligible for this course, and who this course will help, how this is very important. Then I will introduce you stormwater drainage system. What is the meaning of why we want to make a drainage system of the city or any area. Then there is a very important relation between stormwater drainage system and urbanization, because now you can see all the cities, they are developing. Before it was a rural area, now everybody is developing the city. We are making roads, we are making buildings, we are converting all the green area into, you can say, the asphalt area. So what is the relation between urbanization and stormwater drainage? Then I will give you the description of stormwater network related to urban area. Then we will make one case study at the last using stormwater cat. Now, why this course is very important? Because now the world is changing. Now you will listen this word smart cities. What is the meaning of smart cities? Smart cities means the city which have least problem. This we want. So in this scenario, the stormwater network is also very important, because just imagine if one city have flood every year, nobody will accept this city. Nobody want to come and invest their money in this kind of city where there is flood every year. So that's why now the stormwater and the stormwater concept is gaining more importance day by day. So this course, and somebody if have knowledge in stormwater network, they are always in high demand. And you will see majority of the big companies in the world, those companies who comes in a top ranking, they have separate department. And they hire civil engineers or environmental engineers if they have background knowledge of hydrology, hydraulics, or they know how to design the stormwater system. If they understand this concept, it is very important for them. And why I choose stormcad software? Because it is very, you can say, it is widely used, it is used everywhere in the world, and it is accepted by almost each client, you can say, everywhere it is accepted. So it is a very good software. It is very easy, and it contains all the information whatever we need to design the storm water network. And now you will see the major cities like Mumbai or Malaysia, all Malaysian city or any American cities, they have their own drainage manual. They are giving so much importance to the drainage of the city. So they are making their own manual, and they are making compulsory. It is now compulsory from the civil authority. You cannot make your property, you cannot develop one housing until you have drainage system. This is very important. Now, who can attend this course? This course is for professional engineers, those who are working in the field of drainage or stormwater, all municipal engineer, urban planner, and students, those who have interest in hydrology and hydraulics. Because hydrology and hydraulics, it is the base of this course. If you understand these basics very well, you can be a very successful stormwater engineer in the future. Now I will give you some introduction. What is when we see this word stormwater drainage system, what is the meaning? I mean, what terms comes in our mind? So now I will discuss stormwater drainage system related to urban city. I don't have any concern with rural area or village area. I'm going to discuss this point with reference to urban city. So what is the stormwater drainage system? I wanted to show you one video. You see so many video for floods. If you see this video, you can easily understand why we need stormwater drainage system. This one of the flood video which happened in India. You can see how the water is flowing with very high velocity, and you can see how the buildings which they constructed maybe illegally or legally, with very close to the bank of the river, or you can say the natural stream flow. So what happens if you don't design the stormwater drainage system of the city in a well planned and in a well manner? What happens whenever there is a high rainfall, there is too much rainfall in one day or in 1 hour, the water flows with very high velocity, because now we have developed our city, so there is no chance to water go inside the ground. So all water, it flows very fast, and it gives so much problem for the city's development, for the city's building. You can see how the buildings and are washing away with the flood. So this is very important. That's why we should develop our city in a very well manner, and we should give too much importance to the stormwater drainage. Definition, the standard definition of stormwater drainage system, it is designed to collect the stormwater runoff or flow from the roadway surface and right of way, and we discharge it to an adequate receiving body without causing adverse on or off-site impacts. So this is our main concern. As a stormwater drainage system, whenever the rain is coming on the city, what is our main purpose? We should collect it. We should try to move it away from the city as soon as possible. This is the main concept of stormwater drainage system. If we don't collect the water properly, if we don't move the water from the city, there will be the ponding in the city. And due to the ponding, lot of problems will happen. There are direct problems, indirect problem. Like indirect, what will happen? There will be traffic stoppage. So many people will be stranded in their offices, in their workshop. They will not be able to go home. So everything will be stopped. So that is our main concern with stormwater drainage system, that we should collect it. Either we should store it, or we should move it away from the city to discharge in the lake, river, or sea, or whatever, wherever is the outlet. So this is the main concept of stormwater drainage system. Before I go into detail of stormwater drainage system, I want to give you very important information, because when you work in your practical life, you always come to know these two words. What is dry utilities? What is wet utilities? So dry utilities, generally, it doesn't have any relation with water. So you can, like all electrical utilities, high voltage, medium voltage, low voltage, telecommunication, all these types of utilities, it is we call dry, because no relation with water. Now these wet utilities, it is related with water, or related with, we can say, civil engineers. We have some pressure system, we have gravity system. So our stormwater, it comes into the gravity system. So any company you will see, they will have department, dry utilities and wet utilities. And in this department, these kind of engineers work. So our stormwater system comes under wet utilities. Now you can see this is the typical, you can say, semi-urban area. You can see there is one house. There are some green area, green grass or pastures. There is one asphalt road. So what happens in the stormwater drainage system? When the rain comes, some water falls on the green area, some water falls on the roof of this building, and some water flows on the road. So what is our main criteria? That we should collect all this water and we should collect the water in the catch basin. You can see these grating channels, which we call catch basin. And through catch basin, we should discharge this water away from the city. So this is our main concern. So when we design the network, when we design our stormwater drainage system, we simulate these things, same things, like we make road, we make catch basins, we make manholes, and we try to collect this rainwater into these catch basins, and we shift away from the city. So this is our main concern. This is another system. You can see there is one sewer pipe. It is collecting sewage water from the city. There is another side underground system. This is stormwater drainage pipe. This collects water from the city through catch basin and discharge away from the city. So why I'm giving this information, you can see there is manholes, there is catch basin, there is pipes. Because in city, the space is very limited. You don't have space. So nobody will allow you to make big channels along the side of road. No municipality, no government will accept this. What they will say, we don't have space. Space is very costly in urban cities. So that's why most of the urban drainage system you will see, it is pipes with manholes with catch basins. This we designed mostly in the urban city because there is a very shortage of space and the space is very costly. Now, I want to insist and give more importance to impact of urbanization. What is happening? Before we have cities with pond, with lakes, with green area, okay? So any rain comes, either pond takes this water and store, or the water get absorbs in the system. But now because of urbanization, what is happening? This is very important. And why urban area matters the most? I mean, why we are giving so much importance to the urban area? Because the population density is very high. If there is flood, more people will be affected because of population density and the high economic importance. I mean, just imagine if Mumbai, cities like Mumbai or New Delhi or New York, they are stopped for one day. You cannot imagine the loss. I mean, it will be in billions. And the cities are backbone of economy. If the city stops, everything stops. That's why we are giving more importance to the urban area. Just imagine if the Facebook or Twitter closed for one day, what happened? Even it is closed for 1 hour, there is panic around the world. It's the same thing happened in Mumbai when this flood came, 2005 flood, 26 July 2005 flood came. What happened? So most of the companies, the big companies, they wanted to come Mumbai, but they tried to shift to another location like New Delhi or Hyderabad because of this problem. They know if they come to Mumbai, there is flood every year in the Mumbai. So they cannot operate. If they have problem, what they will do? So that's why Mumbai, it is behind now. All the IT companies, they prefer other location because of this. So that's why the city, the government, they are giving most importance to all these types of facility. If they have facilities, the big companies, they will come automatically. This is very important. So let's see. I want to define you what is pervious area, what is impervious area. So just in a summary, I can tell you, pervious area means it can take more water. It can absorb more water. And impervious area, it doesn't absorb more water, because what we are doing, as you can see in the pictures, there are forests, there are wetlands, there are some area which is green, which is a soft area, so it can absorb water. But now what we are doing in urban area, we are converting this area into asphalt, into asphalted parking, into the high-rise tall buildings with concrete roofs. So what happening in this case, any water which is coming to the asphalt, it is not going into the groundwater. It is moving as fast as it can. So this is the main issue with urban area we are facing. This image is very important. If you see this image carefully, on the left side, it is showing the green area. On the right side, it is showing developed area, the area which is very developed. So what I want to show, if you compare these two figures, you can easily understand the runoff in the green area is 10%. Runoff means flow. And runoff in the developed area, it is 55%. So if you develop your green area to urban area and you make it more developed, the runoff increase by 45%, by 45%. And there is hardly any infiltration. You can see in the figure left side, there is 25% infiltration if the area is not developed, if it is green, because it can capture more water. But if you see the urban area, as it is very hard, everywhere there is asphalt and concrete, so it hardly absorbs any water, and no water goes into groundwater. So this is the problem we are facing nowadays. And now the government agencies, now the authority, they want to change this. They are saying, okay, you want to develop, no problem, but keep the things same as it, like before. How much runoff we have? 10%. So now also we want runoff 10%. This they are saying. Although you want to develop, but use some design procedures like lead infrastructure or best management practices. Use retention pond, use swales, ponds, everything, and make the runoff same as before. So this they want. But I will give you one example how urbanization increases runoff. You can see this one picture. Some area is asphalt or concrete, some area is green, some area is open area which is not compacted. This is very famous equation. If you are civil engineer, you know this equation. Q is equal to CI. This is rational method, one of the very widely used method in the world. Now everybody, there are some other methods also, but it's very easy method and it is commonly used. So if you see this equation, the Q is the flow or discharge or runoff, you can say, is equal to C, which is coefficient of runoff. I is the rainfall intensity and A is the area. Suppose I will give you example how urbanization increases runoff. You can see from the table, business area, if I keep everything constant, so you can say discharge is proportional to C, which is coefficient of runoff. Okay. Now business area have coefficient of runoff almost 0.95, which is very high. What is the meaning of 0.95? Any water coming on the surface, most of the water is flowing. No water is going inside groundwater. This is the meaning of 0.95. Now, if you see the lawn, which is below the second last, it is 0.3. What is the meaning of 0.3? If you just, by example, if 100% water coming on the surface, 30% water only moving and 70% water is absorbed. So in this way, you can see, since I am making business area, I am making residential area, I am making roof area, asphalt, concrete, all this comes under urban development. So in urban development, you can see all the values are very high. So that's why in this way, the urbanization is increasing runoff, and it is creating a lot of problem in the cities, which have very high density of population. So there is one common relation between post-development peak. What is the meaning of post-development peak? When you develop your area by buildings and by parking, what is the volume of water? What is the discharge of water coming? Is equal to 4 times of pre-development peak. I mean, just imagine. So when you develop an area, the discharge or the flow increase 4 times. So this is very important. And now these designers, the stormwater engineer, they are using this graph to reduce the water flow, from the urban area. So I will give you one small description of stormwater network. This is the typical storm drainage network. As you can see, the blue clouded area is a rainwater, and there is pipes, there are manholes, there are catch basin. So what happens? Any water from the open area or the building area or the road, it flows, it goes into the catch basin. It enters into the catch basin. Then from catch basin, the water comes to the manhole. And in the same way, this main pipe, it carries this water to the outfall, or generally in Arab country, we say it's wadi. So this is a typical components on storm. We have pipes, we have manholes, we have catch basins, we have culverts, we have channels, we have inlets. All these are used to design the stormwater network, and every component have different design criteria, and you can use and you can input these components into the software which we call Stormcad, and you can design your system. It's like that. So generally, you know all these types of pipe. You have UPVC pipes, RC pipes, GRP, SDPE, and vitrified clay and ductile iron. These are the types of pipe you can use. But from my experience, I have worked in this field. So from my experience, generally you will see the most widely used pipe and the most economical pipe from my side, I will say it is RC pipe. It is reinforced concrete pipe, because these pipes are very heavy and it is fire resistance, and it can be used for a long time. Like if you install these pipes, although it is not easy to install these pipes, it is very difficult and it is very heavy. But when you install these pipes, you can use these pipes for 100 years without any problem. Even if you remove this pipe, these pipes are recyclable. So even it has environmental effect. It is very good from environmental point of view. And this is only concrete, so it does not contaminate the water, and it is very heavy. If groundwater level is high, this pipe, it can take the pressure of groundwater. So that's why stormwater engineer always they suggest use RC pipes. Although the contractor and the subcontractor, he say, I don't want to use this RC pipe because it is difficult to install. It's not easy. So always he use this criteria. But as a designer, we always force them to use this pipe. There is another pipe you can use. This is GRP. GRP pipe, the good thing is it is very easy to install. It comes in a big length, around 12 meter. You can install it very easily. But the problem is, if it is not heat resistance, if there is so much heat, this pipe degrades and hardly you can use for 30-40 years. This is the main problem. So generally these are the pipes. Then we have manholes, and you know why we use manholes. Suppose you want to change the diameter of pipe, you want to change the direction of pipes, or there is a slope change in the pipe, we use manholes for that. Then we have inlets. We have generally 4 types of inlet. Grate inlet, the combination where you combine the grate and curve inlet. We have these 4 types of, you can see. You will see this grate inlet is very commonly used everywhere.